Let's take a look at example number 2. Kiri needs to replace the wooden fence that surrounds her yard. All right, so we can see the wooden fence that surrounds her yard right here. She measured her property. It's 18 yards wide. It's already drawn out for us, 18 yards and 12 yards deep. 12 yards deep. There's no fence in front, so right here, no fence for 42 feet, as shown in the diagram. Kiri plans to replace the existing fence pickets with 5-foot-long cedar boards placed vertically. So she's going to have 5-foot-long cedar boards like this, placed vertically. And let's say they have a pointy top. So they're 5 feet. The boards are 5.5 inches wide, so they're 5.5 inches wide. And then there's going to be a gap between the boards, like this. And this gap is going to be 1/4 of an inch, so 0.25 inches. Notice how I changed these fractions into decimals right away. Sometimes you could use fractions, 5.25 and 5.5 and 1.25. You could keep using the fractions, but I just changed them to decimals. She placed an order for 275 boards. Did she order enough boards? So our question we're trying to ask is, did she order enough boards? Well, we have a whole bunch of different measurements here. We have yards, we have feet, and we have inches. Let's do our conversions first. We have to decide what units we want to go to. And I think we want to go all the way to inches. Show you why later. I think it's because our boards are in inches. So let's take a look. Let's do all of our conversions first. So how many feet are there in 18 yards if there are 3 feet in 1 yard? So we're going to start with converting this. So then we do 18 times 3. It's equal to 54 feet. So this is 54 feet. Now let's do the same thing with this 12 yards. How many feet in 12 yards if there's 3 feet in 1 yard? Well, that's going to be 36 feet. So up here, this is 36 feet. And feet is just one tick, and this is 36 feet. Well, already from our picture, we can figure out how long this section is, right? This is 54 minus 42, which is equal to 12 feet. Okay, now our board's width is measured in inches. So we can either convert these inches into feet, or we can convert all of these feet into inches. Let's convert our board into feet. So first off, let's look. This 5 feet long, this is unnecessary for the question because the boards are going this way. Right, we're going to have another board here, and then another board here. And we're going to keep the boards going this way. So this 5 feet's not going to change. Now every board comes with this gap. So we really need this distance between here and here, between one edge of one board and the start edge of the next board. So that's going to be 5.5 inches plus 0.25 inches, which is 5.75 inches, 5 3/4 of an inch. Now let's take this. So every board is going to have itself and the other 1/4 inch. So let's take this. How many feet are there in 5.75 inches? Because that is how much each board takes up. Each board takes up 5.75 inches. There is, if 1 foot has 12 inches. So our question mark is going to be 5.75 times 1, which is 5.75 divided by 12. 0.479 feet. So each board with the gap, I can't spell board obviously, each board with the gap takes up that amount of feet. So each board with the gap takes up that amount of feet. All right, so that's one board. All right, now let's figure out how many feet of fence we need. So total amount of fence. That's going to be equal to 12 plus 36 plus 36 plus 54. Okay, so 12 plus 36 plus 36 plus 54. 138 feet. So now, one board. Now we need to use, each board takes up this much space. So one board takes up 0.479 feet. Means how many boards will take up 138 feet? So we're going to take 138 times 1 divided by 0.479. Divided by 0.479. 288 boards. So our question mark is equal to 288 boards. So if each board takes up 0.479 feet, and there are 138 feet of fence, she needs 288 boards to finish off her fence. So she ordered 275 boards. Did she order enough boards? No, she did not. She should probably order 300 boards. Right? You don't want to order exactly the right amount that you calculate. Otherwise, if they make a mistake, you won't have any flexibility. So she should probably order about 300 boards. Okay, so I got everything, all the measurements had to be in the same units. There was one measurement that didn't matter. You need to be able to identify those measurements. I showed all my conversion work here and here, and I showed off all my work. And at the end, I answered the question that was asked. That's what you need to do for each problem.